power. The Indians, our brothers and sisters,
Sponsoring our
stop
mother.
sponsoring the brutal dictator.
Museveni of Uganda.
When that day comes, you regret, and we don't want to go there. Because we are peaceful people. We want to make a change. We cannot make a change when we are supporting, financing, promoting the brutal dictator. People power. Our power. This is the sample.
Yes.
Just started. We are very sorry for the neighbors that you might think that maybe we are mad. You might think that maybe we are crazy. But we are talking about Uganda, a very peaceful country in Africa, which has been ruled by the brutal dictator Museveni for the last 40 years. That cannot be human rights. That cannot be democracy. The person we have here are Ugandans who are missing. They were kidnapped of the people of Uganda, getting murdered, and now today we have the officials from Uganda having a conference here. The so-called investment in Uganda.
No way.
Invest in our life.
Yes.
People invest in our mother.
Yes.
People invest in our life.
Yes.
Raping.
Yes.
Kidnapping.
Yes.
Murder.
Yes.
Corruption.
Yes.
The day of today in Uganda.
Yes.
You are talking about the brutal dictator.
Yes.
He's 13.5 billion rich.
Yes.
He's 13.5 billion rich. We don't have no roads in Uganda. We don't have no schools in Uganda. We don't have
Yes.
hospitals in Uganda.
Yes.
Their children, they can come home.
Yes.
Their children, they can come to Leicester University.
Yes.
Why Ugandans cannot go to school?
Yes.
Ugandans study underneath the trees.
Yes.
But under this brutal dictator,
Yes.
a brutal dictator, Museveni,
Yes.
a warlord,
Yes.
a man who doesn't respect human rights.
Yes.
People power,
Our power.
our power,
People power.
NUP,
Everywhere.
everywhere. We are talking about decency in Uganda. We
Yes.
are talking about simple human rights in Uganda.
Yes.
Why Museveni to be working?
Why is that so not great?
They're turning.
Yes.
This is a clear message.
Why invest on our grave?
Why are you investing in Uganda
Yes.
under this brutal dictator?
Yes.
By investing in Uganda, you know what you are going for.
Yes.
We know the mineral resources in Uganda.
Yes.
They are very cheap. Under the brutal dictator Museveni, you can go and take as much as you want, but you are not going to finish it.
Yes.
Not profit.
Yes.
An Indian ocean origin from Uganda.
Stealing.
Is he the one I'm looking at or not?
No.
Is he not the one?
No, not
I
yet.
thought this is Lord Pocket.
No.
The man who stayed in the House of Lords.
Yes.
Representative
Yeah, he was
of a
the
investing
investor.
regime
Yes.
in Uganda.
Yes.
You'll think that a Lord
Yes.
who is in the House of Lords
Never invest in
have a
Uganda.
big brain.
Yes.
Understand that Uganda
Never
is
invest in
to
Uganda.
be invested in.
Yes.
By investing in Uganda,
Yes.
what would be the sense?
Yes.
The brutal dictator.
Yes.
For those who doesn't know about military tanks,
Yes.
he just bought 43 tanks from Russia.
Yes.
Each tanker cost 10 billion Uganda shillings. When you convert it,
Yes.
it's 7 billion each tanker. We are talking about a brutal dictator. People power, our power, NUP, everywhere. Thank you.
Hello, good morning, UK. Good
Yeah.
morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. We are here to interrupt the Uganda-UK investment. There is no investment we can allow to go on in Uganda when the regime in Uganda for 40 years has been killing Ugandans. The massacre of Ugandans and killing them. We can't allow such an investment to go on. You have misplaced funds. This is a guy, a junta, who has ruled Uganda for 40 years. Putin has ruled Russia for 22 years. Museveni of Uganda has ruled Uganda for 40 years and is talking as if he's starting. We are not going to allow fake investors. How can an investor come to Uganda and be given Ugandan funds to invest in Uganda and be given land and tax-free? And these are the people sitting inside here. They are here to eat Ugandans' money. This is the money that comes from grants. People, we are advising you, you are investing in the wrong place. Indian origin for investors should learn a lesson. When Indian came, he reversed this. Be sure we are going to reverse this. We are not going to take any more fake investors. What Indian was trying to do is to take away fake investors. Stop the fake investors. People who masquerade that they are investors. They are fakes. Inside the building here, there is something going on. The fake investors. There are people masquerading like investors. But what's happening? They are giving Uganda money, giving Uganda land. Pretend they are investors. We are not going to allow this to happen. You will go somewhere else, less than school. We are going to make sure you leave everything. I think you did learn the lesson in 1972. Fake investors that are in the building here, including the ambassador, Madvan, they never invest. They did invest. They take money from Uganda. So the Uganda investment, industrial investment, is not an investment that benefits the 45 million Ugandans. This is, we never stand this. We are going to show you the same path Idi Amin followed. Those are the fake investors. We will ensure the investors don't get there. How can an investor come and be given money to invest? How can an investor come and be given loan by Uganda? How can an investor come and be given land for free? How can an investor come and invest? We fake Uganda. We are not going to allow the fake investors.
People power.
Yes, that's our taxes. That's our taxes. UPA, Uganda.
People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
We are here. We are demonstrating
Yes,
against the so-called investors.
yes,
The so-called investors from Uganda. Listen to them. The so-called investors who are trying to invest in Uganda, they live on the council flats in the UK.
yes.
Those are the investors going to
Yes,
Uganda to
go
invest.
on, fake
How,
investors.
how can you believe
Regime
that
sympathizers
someone
walking
from a
past
council
us.
flat in the UK
Regime praise singers
can go and
walking
invest
past
in
us.
Uganda? My brother, that is a joke. We have people here who live from council houses. They invest in Uganda. They are on the down. They are on government benefits. And they are the people going to invest in Uganda. That is the mockery. That is not real, my brother and sister. It's only in Uganda where you find that people who live on the council lands in the UK, they are going to invest in Uganda. It's only in Uganda where you find people, the 3% is torturing the 95% in Uganda. We are calling on the so-called effective investor, Mr. Patel, the VIP. What are you investing in Uganda? It's a shame on you, a respected man like you, a man who ran away from Amin for the fear of your life. Now you are investing in our torture. Shame on Mr. Patel. People power. Our power. We are calling on the Indian and Asian brothers of ours to stop investing in our torture, to stop investing in our murder, to stop investing in our rape. That's why we are here. We are standing here to expose the brutal dictator Museveni of Uganda, that under his regime, under his brutal rule, you cannot invest in Uganda. The officials from Uganda, they were given £100,000 for only a one-day conference, while Ugandans in Uganda, they cannot afford paracetamol, they cannot afford £1 meal a day, and they are here as investors. Yes. People power, our power, people power, NUP, everywhere. We are here for the cause of the 45 suffering Ugandans. We here, we have jobs, we are professionals, we called off time from work, but we are trying to expose the brutal dictator of Uganda by the name of Museveni, by the name of Kaguta. Uganda, we are here in the name of Ugandans. We are standing here representing the suffering 45 million Ugandans under the brutal dictator of Museveni. 40 years in power, 40 years in power is more than enough. The brutal dictator, he has been in power for over 40 years, brutalizing, raping, kidnapping, murdering Ugandans. By investing in Uganda, you have blood on your hand, you have blood in your family. We will never leave you free. Even if we die, our spirit will look after you. Our spirit will come for you. People power. This is not about church business. We are talking about reality in Uganda. We are talking about Museveni, a brutal warlord, a man who has invaded DRC Congo, a man who is looting the mineral resources of DRC Congo. You cannot invest in Uganda under this brutal dictator. You cannot even go to Uganda under this brutal dictator. People power, our power. You talking about investment in Uganda. You talking about these poor people, the poor men and women who live on the council states in England, and they are going to invest in Uganda. That is a joke. You can't come from a council estate to go and invest in Uganda. It cannot happen, but it's real. It's happening now under the brutal dictator Museveni of Uganda. People power. He has been in power for more than 40 years. 40 years is not more than enough for him. We are talking about Uganda. We are talking about the brutal dictator Museveni of Uganda. We are talking a peaceful country which was Uganda. Look at the investors who are attending this summit. They all benefit scavengers. People who live on benefits. They are the people going to invest in Uganda. That is a joke. People power. Our power. rich. But in Uganda, we don't have no schools. In Uganda, we don't have roads. In Uganda, we don't have hospitals. When their children get sick at their wives, they come down to St. Thomas Hospital and they are given free treatment. These are medical tourists.
Yes.
While Ugandan health service is on the ground, it doesn't exist no more. But because they can afford to fly first class
Yes.
tickets to come to Europe, this is Ugandan's money. But we don't have no investors today whom we look and say, yes, this is a credible investor.
Yes.
What have they invested in the UK before going to invest in Uganda?
Yes.
These are fake investors.
Yes.
If you don't have a business in the UK,
Yes.
how can you go to invest in Uganda?
Yes.
These are poor people.
They live on the door.
Like me, they live on the dome.
And then they invest.
And now they're investing in Uganda.
Yes. Yes.
This is Uganda,
Yes.
where it happens. People from the Council of Lands in the UK going to invest in Uganda. That is fair. You don't have a business in the UK.
Yes.
How are you going to run a business in Uganda?
Yes.
The simple answer is the brutal dictator Museveni, he has ordered anyone
Yes.
who wants to go to Uganda.
Yes.
You'll be given money to invest.
Yes.
That is Uganda.
Yes.
So the fake investment summit here
Yes.
is not real.
Yes.
They are coming to recruit. Their here will be going back to Uganda.
Yes.
To work in Seventies factory and company.
Yes.
Let me tell you,
Yes.
we've got burning petroleum in Uganda.
Yes.
97 and 70 families who own.
Yes.
The CEO, like another word, was 70 son-in-law.
Yes.
Muhodi, he has got 35%. Ugandans have got only 15%. But that 15% doesn't reach the ground because the brutal dictator Museveni is so corrupt that he has decided to eat Ugandans the bone.
Yes.
Power,
Power.
our power, NUP, everywhere. We are talking about the state investment program in this most expensive hotel in Mayfair.
Yes.
While Ugandans in Uganda can't afford even a £1 paracetamol. But officials from Uganda, each was given over £100,000 only for one day in the so-called conference. People power, our power, people power, our power,
People power.
NUP,
Everywhere.
everywhere.
NUP. Unga Uganda. Unga Uganda. Unga Uganda. NUP. Everywhere. Unga Uganda. NUP.
Everywhere,
I can hear you. NUP.
everywhere.
Now we are here not because we want to be here. We are all professionally qualified from different fields, from different walks of life. But we are here to expose the silly things that go on in Uganda. The people sitting inside this building are not investors. They are people who are coming to take money away from Uganda. Most of them, a good number of them, live in council plans and they are on the door. And the same people are being called investors. How can you be living on the door in Leicester and in Bradford and then you turn up to be an investor in Uganda when you can't even afford to look up yourself in UK? These are the people we have investing in Uganda. The conference going here behind me is full of Asian people from Uganda who live in Western Bradford, who live on the door and they are masquerade as investors. How can somebody on the door be an investor and then is given tax-free, is given land and given so many millions of pounds? Which end up back in UK? Lord Puppet in the house of Higher House is the man behind this. deserves big praise. Don't invest, don't give them chance. The investors seated inside here, you will see a certain clique of people from a certain sector of people. Why are they no Americans? Why are they no Europeans? It is because the community inside here is a certain section of people who are ready to steal Uganda, and they have ties with your profit. Your profit ensures that this every year, this function goes ahead for his community to go back to Uganda and steal. We want what Idi Amin did was minor. We are going to throw you out of Uganda because you broke Uganda so much that they must say you built up between the community in Uganda and just say we come as again and we come very high. The other time you flew back by plane, this time you fly to the grave. Get ready, defend this country, defend this country hard. We are not going to allow people who live in Leicester, who live in Bradford, who live in Manchester, arrive as investors. If the economy can be turned around, these are the investors. Why we curtail an investment? How can somebody in the door live in Bradford Council, be an investor? How can somebody live in your house benefit, be an investor? How can somebody who can't afford meals and live on vouchers parade himself as an investor? These are the people we have in here. They come from a certain set of non-profit, and we are making sure this time it's not going to be fair. We are not a plain Leicester. It's going to be death. We are not going to allow you to take a single penny out of Uganda. Last time when I knew President, it was okay. Idi Amin gave a fair way. Good enough. But this time, what happened? Museveni has made sure he gives you the money and the shipment back via Rose Corporate. We have seen enough stealing of Uganda. In the last 40 years, Museveni has stealing money through this idea of Rose Corporate. We are not going to stand. We are not going to stand. And you don't protect us. Dictator Museveni of Uganda. We are trying to highlight that 3% of Ugandans are seeking or brutalizing 97% of Ugandans under the brutal dictator Museveni of Uganda. We have been in the back for 40 years. In Uganda, we don't have no roads. In Uganda, we don't have no hospitals. In Uganda, we don't have no schools. So why are you coming? And what are you going to bless a man who has been in the back for 40 years? What new can you tell us? Why have not invested in Uganda for the last 40 years? Now coming to 41, is he going to invest? This is the man. When you invest in Uganda, you are investing in our water, you are investing in our culture, you are investing in our race, you are investing in nothing. As we stand here, we are condemning the so-called investment service going on while Ugandans are dying. They are here enjoying the good life while Ugandans are dying. They are enjoying the good life while Ugandans have no food to eat. They enjoy the good life while our children
children don't go to school. We've been here long enough. But Ugandans in Uganda, they can't even afford to go to school because of these youngsters. What the so-called investors. People who are just shame on you. Shame on Mr. Patel. The man of humanitarianism. Go and invest in Uganda. Our man.
Yeah. Stop blocking the footway. Stop blocking the footway.
And by investing in Uganda, you are making our stop around them. We are hoping that the brutal dictator of Uganda will be going soon, and it's going soon. So please, don't invest in our torture. Don't invest in our murder. Don't invest in our rape, because we know the brutal dictator is on his last leg.
Out.
He's standing on one leg.
Yes.
We are waiting for the second leg to go down. And Ugandans are going to play their country. People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
For the last 40 years, he has not invested in Uganda. Now, after 40 years, his plan is to invest in Uganda. Is that real? That is not true. If he wanted to invest in Uganda, he would have invested 40 years back, not when it's time for him to go. People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
NUP.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. We are here for the cause. We are here for the 45 million suffering Ugandans.
He's not in the car. He's not in the car. When we see him, we take.
Representing the poor Ugandans. We are here for the Ugandans who can speak, because in Uganda, these are no friends to where you represent. When they catch you, you'll be murdered. If you're a woman, you'll be raped. If you're a man, you'll be castrated under this brutal dictator. People power.
Our power.
People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
NUP.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
NUP.
You don't invest in the so-called investment in Uganda. There is no Uganda tomorrow under this brutal dictator. When you invest in Uganda, you are investing in our culture. When you invest in Uganda, you are investing in our murder. Because the brutal dictator, he has put us for the last 40 years. Because of our land, because of our minerals. This man is a foreigner. This man is not a Ugandan. People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
We are here. Some of us have been living here for more than 30 years. We call this is our country. But Uganda also is our country. We think about our ancestors, how they are being abused, how they are being tortured, how they are being raped under the brutal dictator.
Yes.
People power.
Our power.
People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
NUP.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
NUP.
My brothers, I've already talked to you. Invest in Uganda. You are going to lose your money. By the
and
grace
life.
of God, by the grace of Allah,
And
the
life.
brutal dictator is going soon.
What about Tanzania?
Tanzania is saying,
Okay.
you can invest in Tanzania.
Go to Tanzania.
You can invest in
Kenya
Kenya.
is good.
Not Uganda. In Tanzania, under this brutal dictator, they've changed 7 presidents. In Uganda, we still live under the same brutal dictator. People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
Don't go to Uganda to invest in Uganda. Don't go to Uganda, even as a tourist. You'll be murdered. Muslims are not allowed in Uganda. Muslims are being killed in Uganda for standing on the truth by calling the brutal dictator Museveni to go. People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
NUP.
Everywhere. FP.
Hello.
eno ku kaago oba n'oli kafutu engeri thank you.
Thank you. You've heard it all. Time and again. Here we come again on the same message. We are looking for democracy. Once there's instability in one part of the world,
waliwo omukazi oyo picture waliwo omukazi ajja n'alingiza n'addayo
today
ekifaananyi.
we talk about one part of Africa.
Here comes the investors.
Called Uganda.
What you see are the investors going.
We are talking about a country that has been violated from the time of independence.
Those are the investors entering the building.
We're here to advocate for the violence of human rights in Uganda. My colleagues have raised to me today. I'm going to retaliate a little bit back. As I've already said, we had Churchill going to Uganda, and he titled Uganda the Pearl of Africa. What happened? We've heard about the so-called monster Idi Amin. Everybody labeled him as the monster of the generation, the dictator. But guess what? Behind Idi Amin, there was another dictator who was worse than Idi Amin, believe it or not. The dictator behind Idi Amin was the one Museveni, the imposter in the president's office today. Now, I would like to address the people who are listening today on the violation.
What you see there is an investor.
Uganda. Ladies and gentlemen, we might be making noise, but there is a message that goes across. Ugandans are suffering. Ugandans are dying. You remember the 1994 massacre in Rwanda? You gave it a deaf ear. But believe you me, over 1 million people died in Rwanda. Now Rwanda is the next door neighbor to Uganda. Did you ever find out what caused the massacre in Rwanda? It all started in Uganda. Who was watching the massacre of 1994 in Rwanda? It happened on the watch of Museveni and Kagame.
Museveni must go.
When we come up here and we talk about these things, these are crucial issues that are affecting human rights. When we talk about human rights, it all starts from your home. Like my colleague mentioned, we've been away for over 30 years from our country. Come over here. England has hosted us long enough. Enough is enough. As long as the legislators, the lawmakers like Lord
Yes.
Priti Patel, these are the people who are leading the dictator in Uganda.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's not be fooled. You take those brown envelopes from the dictator. You are creating injustice and displacement of Uganda.
Those are the so-called investors.
Taking on so much load after you messed up. Lord Prophet, shame on you. You hold the position of the Lord, the lawmakers, the legislators in this country of democracy. The United Kingdom is the mother of democracy. How come we have legislators dealing with monsters around the world? These dictators who have created instability around the world, The whole world is in turmoil. Do you like what you see? Do you enjoy what is going on around the world? So when you see all of us here standing wearing the red berets, wearing red, that is the color of the opposition party. That is the power, the color of the people, elected by the people to work for the people. Now, our opposition leader, the president, the elected president of Uganda, was shot last week. It is a shame. It is a shame that it is a shame.
Be on the right side.
That we are here.
Be on the right side of the people.
Crying for freedom. Especially the people.
Yeah, you may be judged. Be on the right side.
The dictator. It is a shame because you also left your home.
Time may not be on your side.
Why don't you go back home? The question is, all the people working for the dictator, you are fueling the injustice of Uganda. The elected president of Uganda was shot a bullet 3 days ago for the simple reason because he is the opposition and he was elected president. Now, right behind me, the Radisson building behind me, apparently
Mayfair
Hotel, which I don't want to involve because it's a lovely hotel.
Very expensive, very posh.
Unfortunately, they've been fooled to host a bunch of goons. Sorry, be honest. These people don't deserve to be hosted in such environments because they are wasting the taxpayers' money from Uganda. And ladies and gentlemen, don't get me wrong. This money is some of the British money as well. They are living a luxury life because the lawmakers, the legislators in the United Kingdom go ahead and fuel and support this illegal government. So that's why we're here to highlight, expose the injustices that these people are doing. These are very expensive hotels. But if they can host these delegates, supposed to be delegates from Uganda, unfortunately, these are bloodsuckers gathered here behind us. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't be fooled. And we apologize for the officers around here who think we're making so much noise. But the noise is justifiable. The noises are justifiable, ladies and gentlemen. Because the more we keep silent about these issues, the more the world goes into tipsy-turvy scenarios, situations where people have been displaced now and again. And the British people are fed up with picking up the pieces. Innocent as we are, we're paying an arm and a leg just to survive. What for? To sustain these dictator governments around the world. Look at the Ukraine people being displaced. What's happening in Russia? What's happening in so many parts of the world? They are all suffering. I want to tell you about the immigrants that you see on the soil of the United Kingdom. They've got a story to tell. So don't just chase them around. Have a word with them. Talk to them.
Our power.
The message is about Uganda. There is no security. The infrastructure is diabolical. The health system. Apparently, the elected president Robert Kyagulanyi, the president of the people, to work for the people, was shot by Museveni's gunmen, monsters mafias as we call them. He was shot on the streets of Kampala yesterday. So we're here to advocate, to expose the injustices of these people. We know you are listening inside this building and you can hear us loud and clear. we are begging you, if you're going to do any business with Uganda,
De-invest, not invest.
if you're going to invest in Uganda, you're investing at your own risk. Let me repeat that loud and clear. If you're trying to invest in Uganda, you are at your own risk. Do some investigation.
Yes!
We are not bad people here, ladies and gentlemen. We are not bad people.
Yes.
We are professionals here. We decided to speak for those voices that cannot speak for themselves. Believe me, in Uganda we cannot have a peaceful demonstration like we're having here today. That's why we're taking advantage of this situation to expose the so-called mafia people in this building right now, trying to exchange deals. All the Let me repeat this one more time. Don't invest in
Uganda!
You are risking your money.
Finances.
You are risking your health. You are risking the people of Uganda. Take your money to Tanzania, to South Africa, anywhere else. But please
Don't invest in Uganda.
And run from Uganda if you can. Don't risk your money in Uganda. It's a failed state. That's why we're here. You know the noises. We are Ugandans. We are born and bred Ugandans. But guess what? We love the British people because they listen and listen. They give us the freedom to exercise our democracy. So, ladies and gentlemen, like I tell all the investors, listen to the small voices on the street.
Right.
These people are monsters. Trust me. They're a bunch of mafias ready to rip you apart. What happened to the Rwanda program? Pretty Patel, where are you? Come and talk about the Rwanda program. Who paid for the damn program? That was my money and the British taxpayers' money. Have we talked about it? Thank God you're kicked out of office anyway. Because you're a bunch of business law.
Another Ugandan.
And then another Ugandan.
Yes, that's it. Patel is a Ugandan.
The whole lot. Unfortunately, even Rishi Sunak comes from Tanzania, apparently. So they know what's going on. They are just bluffing around with people's lives. So ladies and gentlemen, don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. The message is these people are rude traders, rude mafia people. Don't believe in them. Bannayuganda bamufuulira olwaleero abalize muri yonna naddala mwabagamba nti ayina omuwa ffe twasoma ffe twakola yagala obabulira bannange
Mbuga!
mukimanyi bulungi mwafuna omukisa okgenda mu masomero ago agabayamba okutuuka emutuuse naye ate biki bye mukola omusajja Kyagulanyi njagala aveeyo omukumwe omukumwe bwati nga tuzwalira pate agambe nti nno amusinga ku byalina aveeyo omuntu omu bwati ku myaka ginga gifu naye omwana mwezi yeewaddeyo n'awayo obulamu bwe alwanira gwe nange enguudo ze mutambulira muzaagala amalwaliro gabasanyusa amasomero g'abaana bamwe gabasanyusa.
Be on the right side. If you're Ugandan, be on the right side. The moment is coming.
Amasomero g'abayamba yogera Namiyago, Buddo, Nabbingo, Gayaza, Namabuga mwagayitamu gonna muli ludda wa mwefudde ntakusi wagala kumanya babakolako ebyommwe muleke kubeeranga bukuwungu muzuukuke oyo Kyagulanyi pulezidenti ogerako naye omukumwe agenda kumwekana naye obulamu bwe alwanirira muwe mulinga balina amazima muzukuke muswaleko focus mukoleke kituufu.
The investors are coming out. Our power.
People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
Everywhere.
FUP.
NUP.
Everywhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, people power starts power of the people, elected by the people.
Yes.
For the people. And guess what? People power.
Our power.
Democracy. But as long as we have a bunch of loonies, rude traders in Uganda, the mafias are making our lives so miserable. We are going to make so much noise. We're going to speak for the people of Britain. Britain has had enough of the immigrants. I'm sorry, we're all immigrants. But guess what? Somebody is fueling the most of the land and filling up the United Kingdom with immigrants. The people behind us in that building are having a conference to steal your money, to steal the taxpayers' money.
Morning, say.
Let's stand up together. Go on social media. Go and find out the human rights of Uganda today. Social media is all there. People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power. Thank you, Salom. Our power.
As you've heard my colleague, we
Yes.
are standing here
Yes.
because of human rights abuses in Uganda.
Yes.
That's why we are here.
Yes.
And there is a so-called investment summit
Yes.
behind the building near here.
Yes.
This is Mayfair Hotel.
Yes.
To have, even to book a conference room for one day, it will cost you, if not 10,000 pounds.
Yes.
Officials from Uganda,
Yes.
they will pay 100,000 pounds to come here for only one day conference. While Ugandans in Uganda cannot afford a £1 paracetamol. While Ugandans in Uganda cannot afford a £1 meal.
Yes.
Because the people
Yes.
from Uganda, there are more than 10. You are counting 1 million put under the drain for the so-called business investment conference in Uganda. You're talking about investors, people who have never had business before. You're talking about the so-called investors here.
They live in council flats.
Council flats.
Yes.
You and me, you cannot live on a council flat
And be an investor.
Invest in Uganda.
Yes.
It's only in Uganda where this happens. The brutal dictator of Uganda, he has been in power for 40 years.
Yes.
He has never invested in Uganda.
Yes.
Ask yourself, the brutal Museveni of Uganda is 13.5 billion pounds rich.
Yes.
He is the richest man in Africa.
Yes.
In Africa, we used to have the richest man from Nigeria,
Dangote.
Dangote.
Yes.
Now the brutal dictator of Uganda
Is the richest.
taken him over. Ask yourself, the president of Uganda, where does he get that huge amount of money?
BRICS
Because
funds.
of corruption.
A BRICS
This
funds.
is the man who have invaded DRC Congo. He has looted the minerals from DRC Congo in the name of Uganda, in the name of democracy. This cannot be democracy in Uganda. When you have a brutal dictator in power for 40 years, in the UK, we've changed 13 prime minister.
We still have
In
one
Uganda,
dictator.
we live under the same brutal dictator. People power,
Our power.
our power.
People power.
Their children, educated in Oxford and Cambridge.
Yes.
The poorest one,
Education tourism.
London School of Economics. They are paying 30,000 pounds a year.
Yes.
So the school fees, accommodation, and all of you understand. Most of in Uganda. They study underneath the trees in Uganda.
Yes.
When it rains, there is no classes in Uganda.
Hospitals.
When it rains, there are no lessons in Uganda.
Yes.
While they bring their children to Europe for education.
Yes.
Uganda was good.
Yes.
Why the children they are here?
Why do they come to these
Uganda was
hospitals?
good. Why do they come here for medical tourism?
Tourism.
They come here for medical tourism because Uganda is a failed state under this brutal dictator.
Yes.
We had to come here and stand for the 45 million Ugandans
Yes.
who cannot stand on the street like us today.
Yes.
Because in Uganda, by wearing the red beret,
Yes.
you must be asking why we have the red beret. It's a sign of torture in Uganda. When
Yes.
you wear red beret, if you're a man, you are going to be sodomized. If you're a woman, you are going to be raped.
Yes.
And this is the torture in Uganda.
Yes.
We are talking about torture in Uganda.
Yes.
All this is not science fiction. These are real images of Ugandans who are
Yes.
being murdered, who are being tortured, who are being raped, who
Yes.
are being sodomized under this brutal regime of Museveni.
Yes.
We hear people here, they are having a conference to invest in Uganda. Invest in Uganda. You are investing in our rape. You are investing in our torture.
Yes.
You are investing in our kidnapping.
Yes.
That is the day of Uganda.
Yes.
The most worst corrupt country on the world or in the world is Uganda.
Look at the corruption index.
You can check on the corruption index about Uganda. We are not here to take fake news.
Yeah.
Check on the corruption index of Uganda. It will tell you Uganda is the worst corrupt country. And that's where you are going to invest your money. You must be living in a dreamland to think that you can leave UK to go invest in Uganda. We are calling on the Indian brothers of origin, the Asian brothers from India,